Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and I have some good news and some bad news. And first and foremost, you guys are going to kind of notice that there is nothing back here. The truck right now is gone. I'm getting it wrapped right now. So today is Wednesday. Almost lost track of my days. The truck should be finished on Friday, and I just had some pictures sent to me on the new wrap, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. Like, it has far exceeded what I expect, and that was just a picture, and I was told that it looks even crazier in person. So I'm super excited for the truck to get finished with the wrap stuff. So first I'm going to give like the main update of the video, and then I'm going to have some other updates. So definitely stay in tuned for all of it so you guys can kind of get updates and everything. But let's get into the main update. So the main update to go over is the fact that I might have to potentially kind of put a hold on things with YouTube for a while. I'm not exactly sure how long it will be or if it'll even be a thing, but I just wanted to let you guys know so you guys can kind of have an expectation for what happens over the next little bit. So just to let you know, if the reviews like randomly stop for some reason, then I guess this will kind of help you guys know why they randomly stopped. So what essentially happened last week is I had an incident where I basically pulled my back really, really bad, and over a buildup of a bunch of things, which I'll get into in a moment, basically caused me to have a bulging disc. It'll also be known as like a herniated disc or slipped disc. People usually use the term herniated disc when it's really, really severe, essentially to the extent where a person basically can't even walk. And it's just a very, very horrible feeling to have. If any of you have ever had it before, I mean, it's just absolutely terrible. If it's like really severe, you'll get like pain in both of your legs. Essentially, they'll kind of like feel like a little bit numb, if that makes sense. And yes, we're always rocking the turtle flip-flops. But yeah, anyways, the legs will feel kind of numb. And then the other thing is your arms will also kind of have some numbness if it's pretty severe. If it's not that severe, you'll basically just have a ton of pain in your lower back, and it's extremely uncomfortable. I've got to like think of the ways to basically properly describe it. So probably the best way to describe it is if you've ever been extremely sick to the point where you're kind of like your bones ache. That's the first feeling that you get with a herniated disc, just like around your whole midsection. So around your hips and just your lower back. You just constantly have this feeling like your bones ache, that same feeling that you get if you've been extremely sick. Now on top of that, add sharp nerve pain, and that's like the other part of it. So like every time that you move, or sometimes even when you don't move, it'll just randomly happen where you'll get that super sharp nerve pain. So if you've ever broken anything, you know what I'm talking about, or if you've ever gotten into a position where something randomly happened where you just like hit really hard and you just get that super sharp nerve pain, that's kind of what's happening, but it's happening all the time. Now, how this usually happens is typically like a traumatic event will cause it. So like if you get into a car accident, it happens with weightlifting, which if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I do weightlifting, and I'll kind of get into that in just a second. Another thing is just a long period of bad posture, and weightlifting and a period of bad posture, I think, are the two things that kind of did me in, and it's definitely something that is a huge wake-up call for me. It's something I'm going to be changing big time. But over this last, I would say about 2 weeks to 3 weeks, I've been spending a ton of time just slightly slouched over because I've been doing a ton of editing on the channel. I've been doing a ton of updates on the channel. I've literally overhauled the entire channel, and because of all that sitting down, I've put a lot of strain on my lower back, and I think it was just building up and building up and building up to the point where it just was just a ticking time bomb. And so then what happened is on last week, I was doing a regular workout and I was deadlifting, and I wasn't lifting more weight than I normally lift, and I actually have really good technique. I mean, obviously I've trained for many years, and so I've honed my technique very, very well over just a long period of time. But because my body was already kind of, I would say, just weakened by the fact that I haven't had the best posture, sitting down and all that for the last like 3 weeks essentially, I think that my back was under a ton of strain, and so then just deadlifting completely destroyed my back. I pulled it super bad, and obviously now I have a slipped disc, which just, it sucks. And the funniest part is I wasn't even doing that much weight. I was doing weight that was very easy for me personally. It wasn't a ton, and so yeah, it's always like that. You always get injured when you're not doing something crazy. It's always when you're doing something that's not very crazy. So how this relates to the channel is, like I said, obviously it's been very, very difficult to film review videos. I did 4 on Monday and then 2 on Tuesday when my back actually, believe it or not, it was feeling better right after I injured myself than now. It feels even worse now, and I think it's just because I overworked myself getting all those reviews filmed. But it's just put a ton of strain on my back, just walking around all day, filming the reviews, getting in and out of cars, all that kind of stuff, which, I mean, it's super simple stuff and normally doesn't bother me at all, but just because of how much like pain and pressure is happening on my back, it's made it extremely difficult, even taking like 4 ibuprofens at a time, which, I mean, helped out somewhat, but didn't help out as much as I thought it would. But yeah, I mean, that's just been the biggest challenge, is just all the moving around and everything, and I'm kind of worried that I'm going to fall behind on my filming just because I'm not going to be able to move like I need to move, and I might have to just take more days off, and then that's going to put me behind just because of, I guess, the pain that I'm going through right now. But I thought I'd just kind of update you guys on that. If for some reason just my videos in general stop, you guys know why. It's not because I've given up on the channel. It's not because of anything that's happening with YouTube and the FTC, which, by the way, I'm not worried about that because the content that I make is not like child. I mean, I guess a kid could watch my videos, but I don't get why they would, because my videos are about new cars and buying new cars, and if you're under the age of 18, you can't buy a new car in the US, so there's no point in them looking at those videos. And I mean, I wouldn't say my videos are boring, but at the same time, I feel like kids usually like to watch like fast-paced, fun, exciting stuff, and watching some person just like literally do this, just like slowly move a camera and talk kind of with like a monotone voice to an extent, really isn't the most exciting thing. So yeah, I'm sure there are some other YouTubers that do automotive content that are just worried about that whole situation that's happening, but me personally, I don't make content for kids, so it's not going to affect me. And I mean, it even shows in my analytics. Literally 99% of my views are over the age of 18, so we're good. Well, now that the sad, depressing stuff is out of the way, I can give some fun updates. So I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, obviously the Raptor will be back soon with its new wrap in all of its glory, and yeah, that's going to be a fun video, and I really recommend watching it because the wrap that I chose is super unique, and just the process that I did is something that not a lot of people do. There's a lot of YouTubers that will wrap their cars, but not a lot of them will do the over laminate stuff that I'm doing, and so basically the wrap that I'm doing, chances are there's probably not going to be anyone else that has even just any car that's wrapped like this, just because I'm using a super specific type of vinyl, and then obviously a super specific type of over laminate over that vinyl, basically to make a unique color. Now the next update is I'm going to be filming a super fun video with Nick. You guys probably know him better as the Burlacker. He is the Stradman's roommate. Well, really, he owns the house that the Stradman stores all of his supercars in. But he's thinking about buying a Ford Raptor, and since I have a 2020 Ford Raptor and we talk all the time, then we're going to go out and go off-roading in my Raptor just so I can show him everything about the truck. It's going to be a super fun video, and I kind of feel like he's copying me because I had a Shelby GT350, and then a few months later he buys one. I buy a Ford Raptor, and now a few months later he's trying to buy one, so it's kind of suspicious on that. But that's going to be a super fun video. I'm sure he's going to have something fun on his channel, but I haven't exactly told him everything that we're going to do, but I'm totally going to jump the Raptor with him in it, and it'll probably be like a really genuine reaction because I'm going to do it when he like doesn't expect it. That's kind of the plan. So yeah, hopefully it's a fun video. And then the last update is I am still looking for a car for the channel. It's kind of been a struggle finding something because I'm trying to find something that's unique content-wise, that's just not a lot of it on YouTube, but I'm also trying to find something that is going to basically get enough views to obviously kind of displace the purchase cost of the car, and it's just kind of difficult. YouTube's pretty saturated with everything, and so I might have to wait for something to come out. The new car that I am excited for is that new Toyota 86, or the GR86, and then also the Subaru version. I think that I'm for sure gonna get one, but I mean, that's like probably over a year off, and so I'm trying to find something in between then to do channel-wise and just basically content-wise. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below what car you would want to see for the channel, and do something realistic because I can't buy a Bugatti, I can't buy a McLaren P1, even though I'd love to, I can't. So something realistic that'd be fun that's not a truck or SUV, because I already have a truck and like all my needs are met with the Raptor, so I want something like a sports car basically. That is gonna sum things up for today's video, and I really hope that you guys are understanding with everything that's happening. Like, it kind of sucks, and obviously it's a huge learning experience for me to just be a lot more careful with just posturing and all this other stuff so that I don't have this injury down the road. But it just kind of sucks, like even coming out here and making this 10-minute video, like my back is already starting to kill me. Like, it looks like I'm fine, but I just have all this pain that's just, yeah. And so you can imagine going and having to drive however long I have to drive to do a car review. Like, some places that I go review cars at, I have to drive like an hour there, an hour back, and then I have to drive the car and I'm there, just all that stuff. So yeah, not a lot of fun. But I will see all of you in the next, well, I shouldn't say that because there's chances that, well, let's not worry about that. Hopefully I'll see all of you in that next video.